excited for this one. These guys are two of my favorite comics in the entire country, and they are debating this evening YouTube versus YouPorn, everyone. It's been about 9 months since we've had porn as a topic, and people had such hard-ons for it, we had to just bring it back. On the side of YouTube, you've seen this guy on Conan. Please give it up for Dan Soder, everyone! And on the side of YouPorn, which is so apropos if you've ever gotten to know this guy, you've also seen him on Conan, also seen him on Comedy Central. Give it up for the very funny Sean Patton. Sean Patton. And going first on the side of YouTube, Dan Soder.
Oh, well, let's just start this off by saying terrible scheduling of debates. Following that fucking great magician versus ventriloquist. That's like following Sunnis versus Shiites. It was fucking, that was epic. That was the role that Chris Charpentier was born to play. I gotta follow his fucking Oscar nod? By what, defending YouTube? It sells itself. It's people being injured. YouTube is great, all right? There's everything you want. Music videos, injuries, old wrestling matches. What's YouPorn? It's the backyard wrestling of pornography. If you get your dick hard to YouPorn, you might have a criminal record. YouTube is classy. It's network TV of the internet. YouPorn is a back alley. If you get off to YouPorn, I feel bad for you. Because that's the problem. There's too much fucking porn going on. Masturbation is way too easy these days. It used to mean something. Jerking off used to be a spiritual quest. Now it's just a couple clicks, fiddles, spills, and then you feel bad. Like you can just Google asshole blossom and know what that is. That used to take 7 or 8 VHS tapes from a creepy neighbor. And only then you wanted to unlearn what that was. YouPorn makes everything easy. Why? It shouldn't be easy. I used to have to wait for a free weekend of HBO. I didn't know when it was going to come on. Just Thursday the channel worked, and I was like, okay, this is the weekend shit's going down. I'd get my sleeping bag in the living room. Then I'd study the TV guide like I was on trial for murder, and that was my alibi out. Like Bikini Island, 3 a.m., that's where we'll strike. It always played out the same, too, with me just fighting sleep like I'm in some sort of jerk-off boot camp. Just fading in and out, just like, how bad do you want this? I want this so bad. And it always ended the same, with me falling asleep and being awoken by a televangelist screaming at me at 7 in the morning. Just like, you have the devil inside you. I'm like, I know, help me get it out. So that's why I like to not jerk off to YouPorn. All right, that's it. That's my first round.
YouTube. First of all, I would like to point out which came first, obviously. YouPorn. YouTube stole its name. Let's just go ahead and point that out. Too easy, Dan says, to masturbate to YouPorn. You can type in whatever you want. Car accident sex. Let me ask you, what's easier, imagining a car accident or seeing it and dealing with the fact that it's real? Eye motion, hey, a red sock. That's when your butthole gets turned inside out. You have what's now a tail. You could probably see that on YouTube, learn how to fix such a thing. I dare pose the question, why fix it? You have a tail now. Join the goddamn Jim Rose circus. Also, you can jerk off to the Jim Rose circus. I've loaded this. These are the top 5 YouTube searches. Here we go. Chick fights, Bieber, farts, racism, and soldiers returning home to their families. I took the liberty of plunging, that's what I call it, plunging. I plunged these in to the YouPorn search engine, let me just say, reality hit me. Specifically, soldiers returning home and racism. Nothing will make you believe in the idea of oneness than white chicks on black dicks. Not to mention, YouTube is a liar. Here in Denver, as we all know, the webcast capital of the world, you could become famous doing a web series, okay? Your own Gralix, they became famous, as we all know, comprised of the members Andrew Clayton Holland, John Roy, and Jim Hickox. YouTube would lead you to believe that anyone can do that anyone can become famous. I dare say that this is why the economy is suffering. In the case of young Raj Chawarski, you've never heard of Raj. Raj was a medical school student, and he was good at it. He was smart. He went to karaoke night with some other medical school friends. They filmed it, put his karaoke performance on YouTube. It got thousands of hits because it was fucking terrible. He mistook that for talent, for adoration. I've got a gift, he said. He started going back to that karaoke bar every week, became a regular, got support from the other pathetic regulars. Dropped out of medical school, gave himself the stage name Dr. Raj in the thing. I stutter when I'm passionate. I apologize. He spent every last dime he had going out to LA to audition for American Idol. He waited in line for 18 hours. Never got to audition because he was really shitty. Went back home, dejected. His tail so far up his ass, it was figuratively up his ass. He was too ashamed to go back to medical school. He got a job at TGI Fridays, even though he no longer believes in God. He made friends with the dishwasher. They introduced him to China White, which he OD'd on yesterday morning. Which, as we know, this is the year of the zombie apocalypse. And with his medical mind, he could have helped prevent that. Fuck you, YouTube. Not all of us get to be stars. Some of us have to be doctors.
Do not be put on by his Louisiana voodoo magic. Okay, this is YouTube versus YouPorn. That's what he's representing. YouPorn. Okay, we're, as a species, evolving past pornography. It just doesn't do it for us anymore. And not for me anymore. You know what? I don't like porn because it doesn't make me feel like a good human. So you know what I watch now? I go on YouTube and I watch emotionally moving videos until I cry. But I don't call it crying because that makes people think I'm weak. So I call it face coming. That's what I call it. It's an orgasm for your soul. Come over to this side where we're feeling good, feeling at least. You know, yeah, you can be just a primate and touch yourself. Go ahead, go watch two chicks blow a dude. I'll be watching two animals that are friends that shouldn't be friends. I don't know why that sick elephant and that golden retriever get along, but it's making my chest tight. I'm about to bust a face nut. That's what YouTube brings you. Every time you watch internet pornography, it's always the same. It's just like you do it, and then your goo comes out of you, and then you feel bad, and you're like, why did I do that? You face cum hard enough on YouTube, and you're like, there is good in the world. I think I'm going to volunteer. So go ahead. Go watch two shaved, toned bodies bang into each other, and then touch yourself like a caveman. I'll be on YouTube watching soldiers surprise their families. Just arcing ropes of patriotic eye jizz all over my keyboard. That's my argument.
Okay, face coming. Well, Dan, you should familiarize yourself with the category on YouPorn known as romantic. There's also couples. Okay? I want to watch Sebastian and Maricita. I want to watch them together have sex on the Mile High Club, on the airplane, as the plane's crashing, and their love brings it back. Stories. Where did stories come from? Pornography. You're telling me you know? All right, so. Do you guys know who Belle Knox is? Don't be ashamed, sir. You know her from back home. Tell everybody who she is. But what was she doing before then? God damn it, she went to Duke University. She was a Duke University honor student who got into porn to pay off her goddamn bills. Okay? How would she do that? With YouTube? With web series? With a web series about a YouTube star, about a fucking chick? So, going to class on time, cheering for the Blue Devils, going, oh, NCAA, we're the basketball champ. Who would give a fuck? She got online, took in the ass from John North, from Peter North's older brother. Now everybody knows about her. Now she's a goddamn star. She can pay off her bills. She's only going to make more money off of it, sir. Apropos of following a ventriloquist act, I have my own dummy. I mean, look, I get it, okay? We all want to get online and see something beautiful, but God damn it, you telling me ass isn't beautiful? You telling me you can't get to know someone when you jerk off to them, to their entire catalog? You telling me that after a hard day of working off, which is what I call it now, okay? Going to work is boring. Working off, I work off all day. After a long day of working off, you can't go home and jerk it. You can. To a site known as YouPorn. And if you want to see face tears, you look at me right now. You call it face coming. I call it cock tears. Which one means more to you?
Make sure to update the Urban Dictionary after this show, guys. Working off and face coming are... I think that's going to catch on. I think it is. All right, we got to pick a winner, you guys. If you're on the side of YouTube, give it up for Dan Soder, everyone. Pretty impressive. I thought porn was going to run away with it. All right, and if you're on the side of YouPorn, let's hear it for Sean Patton. I'm happy to say that soldiers returning to their families bested a girl getting the load blown in her face. YouTube is the winner. Give it up for both Sean and Dan.